Absolutely.
Okay. So next question that it is everywhere is what was our favorite scene?
Right.
How was it go?
All right, so for me, and look, I got a bunch of favorites, but the one that I remember that just leapt off the page, like we sat in that morning, it was a long scene, and before lunch, we were like, oh, this scene is cooking. And this one with Catherine, when you set up the counseling.
Yes.
And Ben's coming in there going, not wanting to be there, and y'all got your thing going, and
yeah.
It was, the setup was so right for, like, in these things, you can be bigger than life, and your emotions, your reaction can be bigger than they would be in real life, but you don't want to go into caricature. But that scene allowed us to go real close to being almost animated characters.
I mean, that scene was so deeply funny. It was also so funny to shoot. And the best part for me was that I could hide laughter. Whereas you had to be as straight and as insane as could be. I actually could be the audience and feel it was a time. But also we had like a great, we had a good foundation of a scene there, but a lot of that too was us kind of riffing and off,
I gotta say that was a cool thing with Petrie, our director. I mean, the bones were always there, but then as soon as you and I got in on our first day, and it was obvious that it was like, oh, okay, these two can play with each other, and some of that stuff that they came up with based on the scene is great. He was promoting that.
Yeah.
The whole
really
way.
Had the room.
Yeah.
To play with. A lot of the stuff that we came up with is what's in the movie, on the day. A lot of those little lines. And someone asked who came up with Benny Boo Boo. And I was like, oh, I don't remember. I was like, I can't remember if that was written or if that was something that just came out of my mouth. But
I'm pretty sure that slipped right off your tonsils.
I was going to say, it sounds like something I would.
Yeah, you get into that baby talk with Ben and things. Oh,
Benny Boo Boo Boo. I think that might have been me coming up with Benny Boo Boo. One thing I remember is thinking when I was leaving and I had the love for her. I think it was after we were outside. It was an exterior night shot, and it was I love you, Banky.
Yeah.
But I don't have to like you right now. And that was I said that because my mom used to say that to me.
That's the same thing my mom used to tell us. Love you, babe, just don't like you right now.
I love you, Banky. And I was like, and that made it. And that was I loved that. What was your favorite, what's one of the lines that stays with you the most?
It's one of the lines. Oh, geez, I don't remember lines right now. I mean, look, that scene after that Benny Boo Boo, I love you right now, or Benny Binky, Binky Binky, I love you, I just don't like you right now.
Uh-huh.
I laughed really hard at what happened to me after you walked away. Because you walk away like the cat's meow, and I'm walking away going, trying to get control of this situation. I can't get control of it. And I kind of twitch and almost kind of. And it's really funny because it ends up on Ben walking away going, okay, how do I handle this? Gosh, damn it, how far is this going to go? That's one of my bigger laughs. I love seeing Ben squirm.
Oh, so much fun. So did most of the United States.
Yeah.
Continuously.
Hey, talk about this. I brought this up the other day. Let's talk about, did we come up with, or how did we come up with the poster, you and I leaning shoulder to shoulder, which was repeated for many rom-coms after that, some of them which I have been in.
I think we were shooting it, remember?
We were at New York Loft.
That's right. And I believe that was you and I. Leaning.
Because it's the perfect rom-com poster.
Well,
you look great. I had the tux on. You lean, kind of check out
I had my arm on you like this, and then I think we were just kind of organically figuring out things that felt,
I remember seeing it though, like on the monitor and going, "Oh, geez, that's it, no more."
I mean, I think we all knew that when it happened, it was like. But my question is, was the dress on me, or was I in a different outfit, and did they Photoshop the dress?
Oh, good question.
I think I was in the yellow dress. But I also remember being in a different outfit. Well,
let's say something. Let's give a little props to that yellow dress. I mean, if you weren't in that yellow dress, you were in that yellow dress, because the yellow dress was the bomb. And any other dress is a far second.
A woman wrote in that she got married in it.
Yes.
She got married in the yellow dress. It's crazy. That yellow dress again has lived on. I mean, and I feel really lucky because I've had like a couple moments in movies that have had a real iconic look. And that movie, that dress, just the color, I think, the simplicity of it.
Well, speaking, do you have that dress?
No.
You don't?
I think it's in the Wardrobe Academy. I think it's up in the Museum of Academy.
Did you get some wardrobe off of Knives Out?
I might have. I might have kept a couple things. I kept more of my jewelry in that movie. I was like, I'll just take that gold. I'll take the birdie necklace. My name is Bert. Like, Kurt's called me Birdie my whole life. So in the movie, I wore this thing a big gold necklace that said Birdie. And I was like, no one's going to miss it.
No. Don't ask permission.
No one's going to wear it.
That one it's no longer on set after that scene. Don't know where it went.
It's in my jewelry box, and I wear it all the time. I still wear it, So let's see. There was a couple things that I thought was good before.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I started thinking about was the "You're So Vain" song became like, it's like another moment that just
Marvin
lives
Hamlish.
on. What?
Marvin Hamlish.
And Marvin, he passed away.
Yes.
He passed away. That was amazing. And I was such a big fan of his. So like to have him just sitting there playing the piano by the week, that was a long day.
That was it towards the end of the movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were there, and he's just sitting up there playing the piano for his one line, but he was so wonderful. But I remember that scene actually was kind of hard for us because it was like we were at least for me, maybe not for you, but sort of walking the line of like, clearly this is this big moment in the movie, but it was so.
I know what you're talking about.
Like
we were underneath. I know exactly what you're talking about. Underneath, probably for things that were happening in character and out of character and offset, we'd gotten under each other's skin a little bit, where we were legitimately kind of pissed off at each other in a really cool way. Mm-hmm. And then it was that line. You can go, but just remember, this ends up with charm. This ends up coming together. So I remember having a few scenes we were going like, okay, that worked, but can we inject a little more of the charm and the love and the desire and the lust in there? And we were like,
you're like, okay.
I think by that time we had added up all the ways we had wronged each other. And I remember I was like, no, she did this, and did this, and did this, and did this. Okay. Yeah.
It was so true. And then, and also like, just to like make it feel honest that, to be thinking that to each other and like having all of that spite in that moment that was, we also brought to it. Like, I can't believe we're doing this right here.
Yeah. We're on stage on mics. At the ball, at the big event.
Yeah, and none
we
of it
just
matters
overtook this party. Yeah, and everyone else, get out of the way. Just between me and her. Yeah.
And I feel like we made it work. Like, what to me is probably like the harder things to do in romantic comedies when they want that big like moment.
Yeah.
At the big set piece, you know?
Yeah. I think you're bringing up another compliment to the film. It is, we did consistently hold a tone that pushed the boundaries the whole way, but never went, no scene felt, oh, that's out of place. That was a big set piece. Why the hell was that scene there? And that wasn't an intimidating scene to make work because it was the big opulent song and dance musical part. And that has to work.
Yeah.
You gotta fight hard and then come back together.
Characters either. Like we weren't playing Andy, playing crazy Andy, and you weren't Ben playing the person that was supposed to be totally into me. You know, so it was interesting. I mean, I think that was probably what makes this film work so much is that, you know, the mischievous part, but also the comedy, like it lent itself to being able to really go far without it feeling like it was broad.
Yeah. Because
we were trying to, in reality, we were trying to create something that, and it, you know, so it sort of allowed for us to go further than.
And on the flip side, the amount of pain or anger or spite that we got to feel, we got to push that further. And that's tough because sometimes you can go too far, especially in a rom-com where you're like, we're never going to recover. Jesus, man, that was just, that was too mean. That was too angry. We'll never get back. But we were able to push that much further in this one and still recover and still have the audience go, of course they got back together. Boy, it was hard. It was hard for them to overcome those obstacles to get back together. It was really tough for them to do it.
Where do you think we are now? Where is Andy and Ben now? Because that's what everyone wants to know.
Where are we now?
Yeah. I mean, I have a version because I get asked this so much. It's like there's the real version that I want for Andy and Ben, and then there's the movie version.
Come on, what you got? I mean,
well, the real version, I hope they're still happy and like adventurous and doing what they want to be doing and have kids and made it work, right? But in the movie version, there's
and working somewhere on locations, having a little FaceTime chat across the each other. Depends on the back porch. You're about to put something on the grill, and you go.
Exactly. And then, but in the movie version, like then, what's the conflict? And that I don't know what that is, you know. But there's definitely conflict in the movie version, you know. But what do you think?
I haven't thought about it. I'm willing to throw those out there because there's got to be some major conflict going rosy, and oh my gosh, we caught them and they're still on their honeymoon, and then something's got to come and go.
20 years older.
hey, look, and she's still in the yellow dress
with the Isadora diamond.
Yes.
Is the love fern alive and well? Everyone wants to know.
Oh yeah, of course. I still got that. That's still growing. It's still hanging.
I agree.
By a nice little sunny window.
Did you actually ride the motorcycle?
Yes, I actually rode the motorcycle. It was an easy bike to ride. That Bonneville, Triumph Bonneville. It was an easy bike to ride. It was not. There's nothing. It was just classic.
And remember, I learned how to ride the motorcycle. Remember?
Yes.
I was really proud of myself.
Yeah. New
I
York,
then ended up actually riding motorcycles. What?
You did end up riding motorcycles? You do now?
Dirt bikes.
Oh, okay. Is that because you're a rider?
Yeah, Ryder likes to ride. We are our whole family. You know, everybody rides dirt bikes. I don't do it often, but like we'll go out. They're all in Colorado. We ride. It's super fun.
You still got that spot up in
Colorado?
No, north. I don't want to say the place.
Malibu?
No. North. Boats up to the
north. No. Muskoka. I'm happy. No, we sold it.
That was cool.
Pa sold it. Muskoka. That's actually a fun thing to talk about. We had a fun weekend.
Yes.
Where we went up. We were shooting in Toronto, and we went up to Muskoka, and we brought our friends, and we had like this really fun weekend where we just, you know, swam and rode, wave runs.
And I think didn't we pickleball long before pickleball was a thing?
Oh yeah.
This is 20 years ago.
Oh, I've been playing. When people see me play pickleball, they're like, "What?" Like,
she's been doing that for decades.
That's right. That was fun. Oh my God, that house, that part of the world, Muskoka, is so beautiful. It's like just incredibly gorgeous. Okay, one more. Let's do one more question.
Come on.
How did we? Oh no, let's do two more questions. How did we create the chemistry that we have? I think that's an interesting question.
Home sweet home.
Rock and roll. What I mean by that is what tickles you doesn't bruise me. What tickles me might bruise someone else, but it doesn't bruise. You're like, oh, okay. No, I get you'll laugh longer. I'll laugh. We'll both laugh longer. Where some people go, uncle, we'll take it another few steps and still go, no, we'll take this a few more steps before we're saying, whoa, that's enough. I think that's part of it, that
True.
We enjoyed going toe-to-toe like that, and nothing that it was kind of fair game for whatever you wanted to pull out on the other. You knew it wasn't personal, and if it was personal, even better. And you just go with it, and hopefully the camera's rolling when we throw it at one or the other, and you go inside our heads going, did she just really go there? And you go, yeah, she did. And hopefully the camera's rolling while that's happening. And that happened a lot, I think, on Hollywood Guys. We just said, look, it's all fair game. Let's keep our sense of humor. We know what movie we're making, but let's go hard at each other.
Yeah, and I feel like we are sensitive people, but we don't take things personally, and we are tough skinned.
And I think we can extend the sense of humor, take the joke 3 layers deeper, further, where in other circumstances you might be going, no. Like,
yeah.
Uncle, stop then. That's enough. And we were never afraid to push it, to what might be considered too far, or oh, that's too tough, or oh, that's too mean, or oh, that we pushed, and you tried it. And
this just came to me when you're saying all this. I think maybe it has something to do with our freedom. Like, I feel like we're both very free, and like I feel like we don't like constrict ourselves to an idea of what we're supposed to be doing. Like there's something spontaneous about the way that we were able to work together. When you went one direction, I went with you.
Right.
But then I would be like, I'm going to throw them off a little bit. Yeah. Let's see what happens if I do a sharp right.
Yeah.
Now he's like, okay, I'm coming sharp right.
And I think it's staying on the ride. You and I were very good in this context. It's just staying on the ride and going, we'll keep it going. It's a constant parry. We were constantly jousting, constantly jackknifing the other's plan or path or smooth sailing. But then again, that was the fun of it. And I think that's, again, why part of the movie works is you honestly watch, you go, this may not work. These two may not get back together. Blood was drawn. But to come back together, we overcame more, maybe, in a story sense.
And it translated. It was, and then honestly, I think Fool's Gold as well. Like, people that movie still lives on. I get people talk to me about that movie all the time. We have a thing. We have a thing.
We did. That was fun, too.
That was
a lot of fun. That was bigger sets. That was more action adventure. Jeez, man, we were doing a lot of action stuff.
A part of me is like, oof, I'd like to go back to that now. Like, you know what I mean? Like that like adventure, to me, doing something like that now would actually, I feel like I would enjoy it even more.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Remember who was just getting early in their career started, who absolutely, everyone will know when I say the name, took off?
It was Kevin.
Big Bunny.
Big Bunny. Kev. It's so funny because with Kevin, remember it was supposed to be somebody else, and then last minute something happened.
Yeah.
And Kevin came in like last minute, and I fell in love with Kevin on that movie. We used to go. I remember when we were getting certified, and Kevin and I had to get certified together.
What a great person to get scuba certified with.
We were also like terrified to go into this water where we're trying to get in it. There's an angelfish that's like 3.5 feet by our feet. You, of course, are like at the bottom of the ocean somewhere, just like, saying hello to all kinds of sea animals. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Oh my God. But Kevin was my partner in that moment. And it was so damn funny. He's the best. That Kevin and Ray Winston was in that. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was fun. That was 6 months of our life.
That was a long one. Yeah.
That was a long one.
Yeah.
And we were on only boats. Remember when we would be on the water, and then we would be on a catamaran where hair and makeup was. And so we'd travel from boat to boat.
Go back to the boat for lunch, sit on top of the thing, meet you back on a beach. Yeah. It was not ugly.
Great. It was great. Well, I love you. I'm glad
Love
we
you too,
had
girl.
this moment. And I'm sure everyone loved it. And hopefully I'll see you soon. When you ever in this part of the world?
I'm back. I know I'm back there in less than 2 weeks.
Great. Well, maybe I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Well, let's keep ears and eyes open for things out there.
Yeah.
To go play again together. That's the way to say it. That's what we do. Is we go play. We don't.
Go play. We need to do that. We actually really should do that at some point.
Love to.
I love you. Say hi to the fam.
All right. Bye, dear. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.